Test. Oh, welcome. Yeah, that is going to have to be different. There we go. Now I'm not hearing myself echo. It's my first time here. I'm live. Every time I kept editing this video, and then I'd think of something to change. I thought I'm going to do that unless I just go ahead and talk directly to you, and that way it's too late to change it. So I can quit rambling on. Um, I thought I'd have a little fun with the title about stacking for poor folks. Really, what we're doing is tips and tricks to save you money, time, and hassle. And these have been hard earned tips. I've got one bank that sent an email out to every branch telling them not to sell me coins. I've got another one, though, that will call me when they get coins in and say, hey, you want these? Oh, yes. I guess I do need to make some mods, don't I? Huh. May take just a second to do that. I'll talk while we're doing it now. It will take me a second. I got a big old monitor up there that we broke as a TV, so I just repurposed it. Is this working? Hey, look, I got a couple of mods. Matt, I'm gonna make you a managing moderator. Now you can make another mod, can't you? Okay. The first thing, I just want to tell you why I got this idea. For years, I had it in my head, I can't, William Devane's wrong. I don't have the money to start investing in silver and gold. But I finally came to understand that coin roll hunting was my answer. But I would see people searching these huge boxes, and I would say, there's no way I can get those. Yeah, I don't have the money to put in something like that. So the first thing we got to do is get into our heads that when you buy a box of $50, it's still worth what you paid for it, whether there's anything in it or not. So I took last January, I wanted to experiment. Beginning of the year last year, I went and took the house payment and bought $50 with it. And the house payment wasn't due for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe. So every time I'd go through those, I would have them order me some more. Slowly but surely, I started getting 4 or 5 silvers here, 4 or 5 silvers there. And then finally, I went to a bank in a different town, just drove through the drive-thru, and I asked them if they had any $50. And they said, maybe a couple. And then he said, wait, can you come into the lobby? So I went in, and they had the manager in there, and they said, do you want to buy the bag out of our coin counter machine? They got a public one that you can just walk in, put your money in, and then take your receipt up. I said, sure. So it had $600 and something worth in it. That had like 60 or 70 40 percenters in it, and I forget 20 to 30 90 percenters in it. And I was like, bingo. But it's very rare. Matter of fact, the bank that sent the letter out, they got tired of me coming in and wanting their bags. So they told me, hey, we can't sell it unless it's full. I said, well, I've got $2,500 worth of calves that I'm about to deposit. I can fill it up for you if you want me to. And yeah, it degenerated from there. But The other bank, I take donuts in there every couple of weeks for them and things, and to thank them for the extra hassle I put them through. That's another tip. Be nice. But here is one of the tips that all this you could just think of. It's logical. But what people don't realize is at the end of the day, each one of those tellers has to balance their drawer, which means they have to count every coin that they have in front of them out there. It's a lot easier to count bills than it is to count the coins for them. So you go in the last hour of the day and say, you got any coins that you don't want to count when you balance? And you would be surprised. Matter of fact, I've got a video of a bundle of 10 rolls of nickels. And in those 10 rolls of nickels, there was 148 silver war nickels. Someone had brought a collection in and dumped it. And they got rolled up, and the bank she had it out there and was going to send it out to people. I never would have gotten that if I hadn't gone at the end of the day and said, hey, do you want to get rid of something to keep from counting it? So you never know what they've got. I've seen others come in and say, thank you, Ringmaster Ray. But I've seen other people come in and say, I just went in and said, you got any unusual coins? And then they'll bring out the Eisenhowers, because to most tellers these days, an Eisenhower is an unusual coin. To me, I think it is the silver, or is a dollar coin. The little ones, I never did like them, but that's just personal. But there's two different types of stacking. There's stacking for quantity and stacking for quality. Don't worry about the stacking for quality until you get the quantity there. Because last year, by taking what we had found and then going and selling it, and you have to understand, I was at a disadvantage here because we have no local coin shop. I was having to go to the pawn shop to sell this. So I wasn't getting a really big return on anything, but I took that, sold it, and then I would buy some slab stuff maybe, but mainly I would buy more coins to search. Finally, once yes, a lot of pawn shops will rip you off, but you can find some good deals in there if you've got a pawn shop and I hate to say it this way, but if they don't know what they're doing and they don't keep up with the prices, that's another one of the tips. Is if you are looking for the best deals I've ever found just going out and purchasing something has been in flea markets where someone just hasn't taken the time to update their prices. I've gotten stuff at half a spot before just because it had an old label on it and nobody had updated it. But those are a lot harder to find. I got sidetracked. That's the other good thing about live is y'all get to see all the warts. But we took, that's where we were at. We took that and just kept reinvesting it. Now, we did cash out twice. I traded some silver for a trailer that I needed to move stuff with. About a $1,200 trailer. And I traced it back because, remember, we're paying 50 cents for these half dollars. Then we're selling them for many times face value. Then we're buying other stuff with it. So I took some of the generic rounds that I had and traded it for a trailer. And it ended up costing me about $27 in actual money out of my pocket. And even that money was money that we had found and then it reinvested. So we actually made, I don't really want to just come right out and say how much, but it was more than $20,000 clear last year, just doing this and not investing anything other than money that's going to go to a bill. We go get some coins, then we pay the bill with Sometimes with the coins, yeah, they don't like to see you come in to pay your house payment with a big bag of quarters or half dollars, but sometimes it's funny. So, quickly, do anybody have any questions? I've been sitting here talking, and I guess I should have read the chat over here too, huh? So, any questions? You want to? I was going to show you my desk, but it's kind of embarrassing. I don't mind. Here, I'll show you where I'm doing now because I've gotten more stuff this year. Favorite silver coin. I'm going to be specific on that favorite silver coin because I've actually got. Let me go back to here. I've got one that it's the first piece of silver I ever owned. My great granddad, when I was less than 5 years old, don't know exactly when, took and stamped a W for Wilson into a half dollar. And then he gave those half dollars that he made that way to his great grandkids. And there's only two of them left, mine and one of my cousins. So that is my favorite silver coin, which also means Morgan silver dollars are probably my favorite general type of coin. Yes, but he did it with a chisel. Literally, you can actually see the marks where he, on one of the legs of the W arms, whatever you call it, he had to do it twice, and it's got mechanical doubling, I guess, huh? Oh, yes. Well, one of the things I love is, and it's what attracted me to Mr. Copportunity. I really like the scents. So I do uncirculated rolls, but I also search and re-roll. Some of the other stuff I do is make your own tools. This right here is the coin roll crimpers you hear me going on about. I made different colored ones. And I just repurpose things. It's a way to save money, and it's almost time for us to be going to. And so they put me right between two great people for my first one, and I wasn't nervous about what I was going to say. I was nervous about having to say it in between these two. Wild West, is that unless my old brain, WildWest Stacker is going to be our favorite, or our favorite. I was reading up there. Our next one, and I think it's time to go. If somebody can post that, or well, close. I'm looking at 10:30 here. Hey, thank y'all for coming, and subscribe to everybody's channels. It helps them and me bring more content. Goodbye.